And welcome to MissNJoy Tarot. I'm MissNJoy, and this is your Mercury retrograde for the end of summer, rolling on into fall energy checkup. So, um, let me get my pin post up. Everybody, please take the gracious time to take your little fingers and click like, subscribe, join, or share. That will be greatly appreciated. Donations are welcome and also greatly appreciated. Information how to make a donation is pinned right now at the top of the chat. And I also offer private readings, astrology readings, reports, compatibilities, and things of that nature. And also tarot readings of different varieties and a line of spiritual products. And all of that information on how to reach me and where to find all of that is in the channel description, as well as in the description of each and every video. So thank you. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into, I'm always like, we have to call spirits. We need to call spirits before we do anything. We must show gratitude and give thanks for the guidance, the wisdom, the knowledge, the protection, and the reverence. Spirits of the ancestors, gods and goddesses, guardians, and watchers, please be here to deliver a positive and accurate message for all 12 zodiac signs and anyone who comes here seeking wisdom and knowledge of us this evening. Only the spirits that I call here and mean us the greatest and highest of good are welcome here. Please protect us from evil and negativity. Guide us toward love and light, healing, prosperity, abundance, and clarity. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so here we go. And without further ado, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on up there in the ethers that is affecting us, and along with this Mercury retrograde energy that we have going on. So we're going to timestamp the general at 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the video. And as of, hold this on down for a minute. As of tomorrow, which is August 23rd, we have the actual beginning of full-on Mercury retrograde energy. Now, mind you, in addition to, first let me explain that when we say retrograde, the planet Mercury is not actually spinning backwards. I've explained this before. I will explain it again, and I'll explain it till everyone understands. It's not actually going backwards. What's happening is our orbits. I'm not doing this with you. I don't have time. You're going to have to work it out. Our orbits, as we move through the grand solar system as we know it, are not circular. As we orbit around our great and beautiful sun, our orbits take more of an oval, most of us, pattern around the sun. So, given that at certain points in the orbit we are closer to the sun than others where we are farther. So at points where we are actually farther to the sun, most planetary bodies will tend to move a little slower as the gravitational or the what's the word I'm looking for? Why is this saying I'm not plugged in? As the gravitational pull gets a little, loosens its grip on each planet as it moves further away from the sun. In the points in orbit when it's further away from the sun, it tends to slow down just a little bit, as opposed to when it's closer to the sun in orbit, it tends to speed up in these areas. So when this occurs, when the slowing down occurs, it can appear in reference to the Earth. It can appear that when in reference to the Earth, it's almost like when you're in a car and you either accelerate and leave a car behind, begin to leave a car behind, or if you're sitting still and a car should back up, or it will appear or move forward, or you move forward, it can appear that here, I'm not helping you again, you're on your own. It can appear that that vehicle is going backwards. And that is the energy, or that's what is actually physically happening when we say that certain planets are in retrograde. They're simply at a point in their orbit where they're going slower than the normal or actual pace they usually go. So, basically, in addition to the fact that we currently have Mercury that we're in the pre-shadow period, which is still hitting us hard enough and affecting us pretty bad, which actually, because it's in pre-retrograde, it's in deceleration, which means it's slowing down. And then post-retrograde, we're in acceleration, where it's speeding back up to its gaining momentum to reach its normal speed again. Those times can actually be a little rougher than the actual retrograde smooth cycle. So, that being said, and also what's affecting us is, in addition to Mercury being retrograde, we currently also have Venus in retrograde until September 3rd. We have, where we go? Where we got? Where we're at? We have Saturn in retrograde until November 4th. We have Pluto that is in retrograde until October 11th. So, and then we also have Jupiter that is in retrograde. Has Jupiter begun yet? I think actually we have Jupiter, hold on. Yeah, we have Jupiter actually going into retrograde on September 4th. So, the day after, we have Venus ending and then Jupiter starting the very next day. So we'll during and throughout this entire Mercury retrograde period, we have Pluto, Saturn, Venus, and Neptune all experiencing retrogrades as well. And while at the very next day, after we have Venus leaving or ending its retrograde, we have Jupiter beginning its retrograde. So in addition to Mercury, we will still, at all points during this Mercury retrograde, have four other planets. Well, three. We have Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Jupiter. We have four other planets in retrograde. So we have 5 planets total in retrograde throughout this Mercury retrograde, throughout this retrograde season. I just like to call it retrograde season because it is what it is. So basically, that is the planetary breakdown of what's currently going on in the ethers. Now, that's a lot. And basically, without going into each individual planet and simply referring you to my playlist that says astrological updates, where I have videos about all of the retrogrades posted currently. All I can say to you is that this is like an entire overhaul of each and every aspect of your life, mentally, physically, spiritually, present and past and future. Just overhaul. And what retrogrades in all of those different areas do is cause you to reflect and examine and review everything that you've done up until this point in life, in love and career, with money and habits and belief structures and values and ideals and morals, everything. It's a complete reflection and overhaul. And especially when it comes to Mercury retrograde, it's going to affect things like technology. It's going to affect any relationships, be them familial or romantic or friendships. And it's any past issues, traumas, dramas, anything. It's a time to review and reflect. And if an issue, if you're having a resurgence or reoccurrence, or issues are being brought back from the dead, seemingly during this Mercury retrograde period, it is so that you can heal it, you can fix it, and you can bring it to a conclusion. You can close down that chapter of your life. You can do whatever you need to do to get over it and to finalize it and close it out, so that you do not have to continue to deal with that and carry that burden or that issue on forward. So during Mercury retrograde, some of the things that you are going to see occurring and happening in your life, and it is warned that there are warnings that I'm going to issue as well. Let's start with the warnings by saying that don't make any major purchases during this time. Don't be buying your house. Don't be buying your car. Don't be buying a new computer system. Do not completely do an overhaul and upgrade of your computer systems in, at home, or around work, or wherever. Do not start new relationships. Do not end old relationships. Just kind of ride it out and wade in the water until the energies clear up, so that, especially with the Venus retrograde going on currently as well, you're going to kind of want to wade in the water a little bit and kind of go with the flow and just let things happen. Purchases of electronics. Your electronics may go wonky. I have lost a printer. I lost my printer. I don't know what's going on. It just stopped working. It's not the plug, because I have another printer that from the same company, HP, and I tried that cord. Those both cords work on the old printer, not the new printer. Enough with my printer issues. So this is an example of things that you see. Your cell phones. You may be having issues with your cell phone. There will be issues within communication, misunderstandings, not understanding, not communicating, not saying, I missed that message, I didn't get that message. Go. I missed that message. I didn't see it. I sent it. I didn't get it. Type of energy. I called you. The call didn't go through. I called you. It was busy. Why would there be a busy signal? We all have call waiting. Different things of this nature. Your phone not working properly. Losing signal. YouTube feeds dropping. All kinds of disruptions to communication. You will notice your favorite YouTubers bumbling and stumbling and fumbling over our words, not being able to remember. What is that word? It's on the tip of my tongue. The kid not remembering names. Arguments, disagreements, tuffles, scuffles, and bruffles. So all kinds that don't move. I would not advise that you move, relocate, or travel. I know. I've experienced these things. I moved in 2020, the beginning of 2020. I relocated a great distance during a retrograde, and everything that could go wrong indeed did. My entire trip was delayed pretty much by a day. I had issues getting the truck that I booked months ahead of time. I had issues with weather. I had issues with my navigational system on the way. I was lost in the middle of nowhere in the South. That's not cool for a black person. It was bad. There was ice, there was snow, there was rain. I was in Atlanta, and there was torrential rain during rush hour traffic in Atlanta, Georgia. I was stressed, okay? So, then there was an issue with my apartment. There was issue with my vehicle. There was issues with my job and my blood pressure due to all the other issues, okay? So basically, be careful. I would not sign any contracts if you must, and if you do, then read the fine print, and then read the fine print, and then read the fine print again. Okay? I would have a backup plan. I would have a plan A, B, C, D, and possibly even E. Your exes. What, Aubrey Leah? Why is it even like this? Who sets a passcode on the child's tablet that can't even go anywhere? She can't pull up porn. What is the issue? Anyway, your exes. Oh, they're gonna call you. Oh, they're going to text you. Oh, they're going to miss you. And they're going to want to fix it, possibly. Or they're going to want you to fix it or explain why it can't be fixed. They're going to want that closure when really no one needs closure. You know what you need to know the day that it ended, okay? All right, so all of these things, well, I like to call it the great resurgence of the exes. All of these things you will be affecting you during Mercury retrograde energy. Issues that you may have not dealt with from childhood, parental issues, sibling issues, family issues, friend issues, work issues. All right, and these things are meant to come back up into your life and in your energy so that you can deal with them and work through them and shut them down once and for all. So the next retrograde, maybe you can have some peace. Didn't want to talk to you anyway. Okay. Now, that being said, I'm going to go through each individual energy and we're going to see how Mercury retrograde will be affecting you all individually. This is our last day of Leo season. So we're going to start with Leos. And I'm going to do Virgo second because they're up next. And I feel like that's only fair. And all of the other 11 zodiac signs are shuffled so that we have a random order. So I don't know who is after that, but we're going to do Leo, then Virgo. Let me take a quick look. And I should have done this previously. And I've never done this previously with Mercury retrograde. Okay, and I did. I have an article on how it will affect each zodiac sign. So we'll do that. And then we'll pull a couple of cards to see, also go a little deeper into how it's going to affect each and every zodiac sign. So without further ado, it is the last day of your birthday season. It's your last hurrah. Oops. There's blue on the map. Okay, so let's follow this map to the fifth. All right, so without further ado, at goodness 18. At 18:30, we have Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated. Oh my gosh, hey UT girl, how you doing, my love? Welcome to the chat. I've missed you so. All right, welcome. Buckle up. Mercury retrograde reading, so hang in there. So Leo, you've been going through some intense internal changes lately, especially with Venus continuing its retrograde throughout Leo until September 3rd. This may mean your relationships and self-image have been going through a major overhaul as you reassess your value in life. However, as Mercury stations retrograde on August 23rd, it will cause you to reflect on your self-worth and spending habits, especially if you've been hedging your bets on all the wrong things. Taking place in your second house of stability and self-esteem, this retrograde may leave you feeling like you have a need for something that you can't satisfy. However, it will also challenge you to rethink what you're choosing to align your values with. This retrograde will give you some extra time to gather your bearings before you head into the future. So take your time. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, financial issues will begin to resolve themselves, especially if you've been working on healing your relationships with money and getting to the core of the issue. Remember, money wants to be in your life, but if you believe that you don't deserve it or you'll never have it, it becomes a lot harder to see the financial opportunities when they're right in front of you. Okay? All right, Leo. So it looks like Mercury retrograde may be affecting your financial houses and issues, and you've had the Venus retrograde affecting your energy for quite some time now. Oh, thank you, UT girl. I'm glad to have you. Are you back stateside as of yet, ma'am? All right, let's get your energy checkup tarot cards for Mercury retrograde, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Once again, thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated, Leo. Did I put my? I did. You got it. You're okay. Get ahead. Get your juice. It's all right. All right. Okay. Yes. So the 10 of coins is the overall energy for you, Leo, which is good. That's a very good energy. That means that, just like the article says, the energy will be subsiding for you. You may struggle a bit throughout the retrograde season. Having a hot flash. You may struggle a bit throughout, continue to struggle a bit throughout Mercury retrograde season with your financial issues, but you'll be reaching some solid ground, as the article said, in the middle to latter part of September. All right, so the cards here for you, you have the Three of Swords, which talks about heartache and pain, struggles and woes, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So while your financial situation may be improving, it looks like you may be taking some emotional hits to your love life. Let's go ahead and clarify, because we have the Three of Swords here for you. Let's go ahead and clarify, because we have the Three of Swords. All right, so the Three of Swords, you said, yes, I'm back home. Okay, good. Okay, so the Three of Swords clarified by the Six of Swords and the shadow side, which is the Devil card. This is the Witch's Tarot. And so because my witches we do not believe in the devil in the way that Christianity paints it, we say the shadow side, which is talking about addictions and toxicity, unhealthy behavior or attachments or situations. So the Three of Swords clarified by the Six of Swords and the shadow side. Then oh, and the Four of Wands flipped out there as well. Give me the King of Cups, and that's going to be clarified by the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords and the Three of Wands. And then we have the Knight of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Wands and the King of Wands and the Two of Swords. So if there's an energy that you are experiencing or dealing with that is not stable and possibly a slight bit toxic, you are realizing the truth about the situation. And I don't like to end on the Three of Wands because it's a question. What are you waiting for? All right, and then the Tower card. Okay. So you're just, it's like, you see, this is basically a reading that is a red flag. This is like a red flag. This is like looking at a situation and realizing, you know what, this is not a good situation. This is not something I want to continue to invest in and be a part of. It's possibly not even stable. It's possibly a situation that's been on and off or in and out. And you're realizing that and acknowledging that, you know what, this situation is never going to be what it should be, what I'm expecting to be, what I want it to be, or what I need it to be. And taking leave, deciding whether or not you're going to take leave of the situation. Like, this isn't going anywhere, or it isn't getting any better, or it's not going to improve, or it's not going to change. And so I'm going to decide to move on and find what is actually for me. And this looks like with the Knight of Swords here, you've actually tried. You tried to communicate, you tried to fix it, you tried to do right, you tried to make it right, and it's just not happening. So stability is everything. And quite honestly, like I always say, if you're dealing with the wrong person, you're simply taking up space or allowing space to be occupied by the wrong person. And once you clear that space, it allows for the good or the right person to come in. Okay? Okay. Mr. Right or Wrong can't hop in bed with you if Mr. Right, or Mrs. or Mr. Right can't hop in bed with you if Mrs. or Mr. Wrong is in that spot. Okay? All right. So, good luck with that, Leo. Do what you need to do for you in order to get into a solid situation, both emotionally, mentally, relationship-wise, and financially. And then know that those energies will be closing out and clearing up probably after about the second or third week in September. Okay, you should start to see improvement in those areas. I love you. Bye. And for those of you who were on the last day, happy birthday. All right, up next we have Virgo at 26:17. Virgo at 26:17. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup. This is your end of summer Mercury retrograde. And so Virgos, we're Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Get ready, because this Mercury retrograde has your name written on it, literally, taking place in your fifth house of self. Mercury will station retrograde as of August 23rd, and the experience could lead to a total reevaluation of the self. Who have you been? Who are you becoming? Who are you right now, Virgo? And no, I'm not talking about who you are when someone else needs you. I'm not talking about the personality you adopt when you're in a people pleaser mode. I'm talking about the real you, Virgo. It's time to remember the person you've always been, and especially if you set that person aside for the sake of someone else's needs, period. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may feel like a different person, or at least a more honest version of the person that you already are. Don't be afraid to look inward during this retrograde, because you might feel less inclined to express yourself to others and more in the mood to have a conversation with yourself. What do you have to say to yourself, Virgo? All right, so this is about what? Okay, I can't right now. I'm working. You're gonna have to wait. Hey, Simone Taylor. Hi, love. Welcome to the chat. All right, so Virgo, let's see what conversations, realizations, and things that are going to come up that will affect you and how you deal with and relate to and accept and portray yourself, because this is telling you to stay in the skin you're in. What? You need to be happy with yourself and in the skin that you're in, and comfortable to remain in that skin and not want to change its colors when you're around others. Just be you. Just be you, 100% you, authentically you, and unapologetically you, Virgo. All right, let's see, Virgo. How will this Mercury retrograde be affecting you? And the overall energy is the Queen of Wands. And that is you, Virgo. The Queen of Wands is actually, no, I'm sorry, the Queen of Coins represents you. Queen of Wands talks about work. So this talks about knowing that you need to be in the energy of accepting and working on yourself. You have the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Two of Cups. So it looks like your retrograde is going to be about putting yourself first and eliminating any relationships or connections that no longer serve you, for your greatest and highest of good, and for your mental clarity, stability, and emotional health. So this is about you. If something or someone does not, because that's damaging. That's damaging. Don't tell me that something is wrong with me. Just move the fuck on. I don't want to deal with that particular aspect of you. It's not necessarily there's not because that's where people get it wrong and have it all backed up and confused because it's not that there's something necessarily wrong with me. It's just that whatever that is may not be right for you. And that's okay. That is okay. Because the person that is right for you will love all of you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the annoying, all of that. How many times have you seen? I've been in that energy because I've learned, I've conquered and mastered in this life how to love how to love authenticity. It's retrograde. I can't say it authentically. How to love authentically and unconditionally. Because I've had to say to people, "You get on my nerves, but I love you." That's a lot. You're a lot, but I love you. And it's okay. And that's not right for me. And I love you, but I can't be around you. And so these are the things that you may be choosing to say to others and the realizations that you may be having about some of the relationships with people. And it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It can be family. It can be friends. It could be coworkers. It could be your entire job, for that matter. It could be where you live. It could be where you know what I'm saying? Because I've had several of my children who have grown up, well, most of them, take that back, will have grown up in the same small town for a great deal of time and have come to resonate with the fact that, you know what, I just don't think I need to be here forever. And that's okay. Or this isn't the place for me. And that's okay. All right, because I originally was born and grew up on Long Island in New York, but I never felt like I belonged there. I always felt odd or awkward or out of place. And then when I was 14, we moved to Houston, Texas, and I thought it was going to be the end of my life and world as I knew it, but I felt better there. I felt as though I belonged. I fit in. There were different people there, and it did not require me to be the same as everyone else. I could be whoever I chose or wanted to be, and I call that home. When people say home, I think Houston. I don't think New York or Long Island. So, and that's where I felt I belonged. I felt more of a sense of belonging there. So it could be any of those numbers of things for you, Virgo. So retrograde is a time for reflection and review. And you may be reflecting on and reviewing lots of areas in your life in regards to how they affect and apply to you individually. And that's okay. People want to frown upon people putting themselves first, but you should not do anything but put yourself first, because you are no good to anyone else until you have served yourself well and you are in the best mental, physical, and emotional space in order to function from, in, and with in your life. Okay, Virgo? So be focusing on you and eliminating all things, any and all things that no longer serve you, even if that's people. All right? I love you. Good luck. You got this. We're going to be all right. It seems like a virtually short retrograde, so we're going to be okay. All right. Up next, we have my favorite zodiac sign, Capricorn, at 3325. Cappy! Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated, Capricorn. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup and information. So, Cappy, feeling a bit lost and unmoored lately, Cappy? If so, no wonder. It's because Mercury will station retrograde in your ninth house of travel and expansion. As of August 23rd, this could confuse your inner compass and take you down an unexpected path. So embrace detours and delays that force you to take the road less traveled. Even if you have no clue where your life is meant to be lived with a GPS at all moments. I'm sorry, let me reread that. Even if you have no clue where you are, life isn't meant to be lived with a GPS at all moments. Allow the wind to take you somewhere, and that is both fascinating and confronting. It is during moments where you feel untethered that you deepen your sense of faith, because life has always had a way of bringing you home. Just when you think you've completely drifted off course, you may find yourself returning to educational pursuits or renewing your commitment to faith-based systems during this time. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may feel your sense of direction returning, especially if you've been gradually zeroing in on your interests and what you believe in. By this time, retrograde comes to the end. You'll have learned something valuable and experienced something that you could have never planned yourself. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get your tarot message. So take the road during retrograde. You're actually being advised to take the road less traveled and to review your belief systems and structures and your what you feel or may not feel, or even if you know what your guided path or your path is supposed to be, your life journey, your life's purpose up until this point. So this is a restructuring of your spiritual belief system and destiny. Okay? The Eight of Swords. You've been in your head. You've been thinking about some things. You've been feeling some kind of way. We got the Ten of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. And we got the Six of Swords. So this looks like a change in what you are and have been passionate about up until this point. This is a realization that what you thought previously may not continue to resonate with what you thought and believed in previously may not continue to resonate with you throughout your life. That happens as we grow up and we get older and things begin to happen to us, and we experience different challenges and situations in our life. We question our faith. We question our belief structure and system. We question what we always thought was right, what we always thought was wrong, things that we saw growing up and things that were pressed and applied to us willingly or unwillingly growing up. Because most of us, not all of us, were raised in a dynamic where you were told how to live, how life should be, what to believe in, and what to do. And I did not impose that onto my children. I educated them and allowed them to be educated on all belief structures, systems, cultures, religions, and allowed them the freedom to choose their own path. You do not have to believe in what I believe in. You are a different person than me. Your soul's journey is for you to decide and to map out whether you want to believe in marriage, whether you want to believe in love, whether you want to believe in God, which God or goddess or none or spirit or the universe or science or whatever you choose. It's up to you whether you feel like love and commitment is for you, whether you want to have children or not have children, whether you want to take a spouse or you don't want to take a spouse, or you don't believe in that, or you don't think that's necessary. Whatever you choose to do, it's your life. I gave you that life. I'm the portal that brought you here, but I do not control it. That is for you to do. I'm here to make sure you reach a safe age with all the knowledge that is required to get you through life and to make those decisions and the tools to do so. But I do not and have not imposed my control or my beliefs onto them. They're allowed to run free through life. Once it's theirs, it's yours. I got you to 18 safely, you're on your own. And I did well. So, but some of you were, because I wasn't either, I was allowed to believe what I wanted. To an extent. I was told that I had a purpose and a journey and a destiny, and they were right, but nevertheless, a lot of people have been raised to conform to a certain way of living in a certain life structure. And when you become an adult and life shows you different things and circumstances and situations and experiences, you may need to stop and rethink and reevaluate those things that have been imposed and pressed and put upon you. And choose your own way and your own path. It's what we're supposed to do. We're intelligent, functioning human beings, and it's what you're supposed to do. And you need not feel guilty or pressured. And sometimes you just need to go, hey, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, I don't believe in that. And this is how I live and what I'm going to do and what I'm going to. And you have to stand on that because it's your soul's journey. It's your life journey. And you don't owe any explanation or have any obligation to anyone in reference to that journey. Okay? So, good luck with this Capricorn. Find your own way. And that's what this retrograde season is going to be about for you. All right? Love you. Bye. Up next, we have Aquarius at 40. Woo, this is going wrong long. 4013. We have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated, Aquarius. This is your Mercury retrograde information and energy checkup. This retrograde may be in the mood to settle. You may be in the mood to settle debts, and evaluate the level of return on your investments. Wait a minute. After all, Mercury will station retrograde in your 8th house of transactions on April 21st, which may bring. Wait. What happened? They put the wrong date and everything in here. That's not right. They have the wrong article in here. Okay, I don't know why it says, and then down here it says this is wrong. Okay, after all, Mercury will station retrograde in your house of transactions. Okay, I got it. On April 21st, which may bring up some financial damages that still require your attention. Okay, so they're saying what happened last retrograde is still affecting you currently. Got it. Okay, that confused me. All right. So let me reread that. Mercury will station retrograde in your 8th house of transactions on April 21st, which may bring up some financial damages that still require your attention. If money is unaccounted for, it's time to locate where it may have gone, especially if your assets haven't been particularly organized. However, you'll also explore the darkest and most taboo reaches of your life during this retrograde, as the 8th house is where your deepest secrets live. During this 3-week-long glitch in the matrix, you may find intimacy in unexpected places, especially if there are still emotional strings trying to get you to a past that may longer exist. You may find yourself realizing that you've stayed in a situation way past its expiration date. It's time to make peace and set yourself free. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you'll be ready to set fire to what no longer has a hold over you and move on, much like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It's time to let go of what you've long outgrown. Okay? Okay, so in other words, this journey began for you during last retrograde. I was like, why is it talking about April? Okay. Let me not question. Let us just read. All right, Aquarius, let's get your tarot message for this Mercury retrograde. Let us get your tarot message for this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So, right, and then the 9 of Coins. You're going to be coming to the realization that you can have what you want. You just can't have it with that person or that situation. Or that you have to move on and move forward with the Page of Cups and find something new. So you can have the life that you want. You just need to realize that it lies in a different place or a different situation. Okay? Now, you can apply this to any area of your life that it needs to be applied to. A person, place, thing, situation, or possibly like your job or something like that. So whatever this is, you can have. You can have the life that you want. You just can't go backwards and have it. You can't have it with the ex. You can't, you may need to start fresh, start over, or move forward. All right? I love you. You can indeed, Six of Wands, be successful. You just have to do it under new circumstances and pretenses. All right? Let go of the past, saddle up, and ride on forward. I love you, Aquarius. Good luck. All right, up next, we have Cancer. Cancer at 4513. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That will be greatly appreciated. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup. This is your end of summer, moving on into fall retrograde. And Cancer, you might be putting your foot in your mouth while Mercury is in retrograde. So remember to think before you speak. After all, this retrograde will take place in your third house of communication, which could bring up conversations that didn't end the best in the first place. After it begins on August 23rd, be prepared for people who ghosted to suddenly start replying. However, the main thing is that you need to remember is to triple check all correspondence and make sure you back up your important documents, as tech errors might be inevitable. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may finally come to a conclusion regarding a conflict or a never-ending conversation. Allow this retrograde to show you how to find the right words to say what you want to say, and encourage you to communicate with intention rather than with self-satisfaction. At the end of the day, it depends on the approach you choose to take. In other words, there's a right and a wrong way to do do and say any and everything. My grandma used to say that all the time, baby. There's a right and a wrong way to do it and say it. All right, so Cancer. The Justice card, this is Libra energy, is the overall energy for you, Cancer, the Justice card, Libra energy. Then you have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Temperance card. So, choose wisely, like it says. If you love, especially if you love and care about a person, stop and really evaluate what it is that you want, what it is that you want to do, and what it is that you want to say before communicating with someone. Because words cannot be taken back. You can't unhear shit, and you can't unsee shit. Once it's been said, once it's been seen, once it's been heard, that is it. It is out there, and there's nothing you can do but attempt to make amends for it. You cannot recant it. Okay? All right, Cancer. So tread lightly, move carefully, and think thoroughly. I love you. Good luck. Bye. Up next at 47:55, we have Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This retrograde will end on the 15th. The shadow, putting the pre-shadow period. No, I said it right. Post-shadow period ending around the 25th of September or so. So when Mercury retrograde begins on August 23rd, it will mark the start of a major self-care overhaul, Aries. Stationing retrograde in your 6th house of health and work, it is time to take a long look at the habits you rely on and the routines that carry you through your day. Are they supporting your highest growth? Are they bringing you a sense of accomplishment without draining your energy to the dredges? No, and I need to reevaluate. It's time to rethink methods, regimens, and rituals that you live by. This retrograde could also cause confusion at your day job, perhaps even forcing you to return to unfinished projects that have been weighing on your mind. This retrograde wants to help you work on becoming more streamlined and intentional in the way that you go about your day-to-day life. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may start getting into a better groove when it comes to getting your tasks done for the day. Productivity is like a muscle. You work hard, but you also need adequate rest. And the longer you stay off the horse, the less you love the idea of getting back on it. Don't overthink the process because it all begins one step at a time. All right, so overhaul your routine, life, and self care, Aries. The Five of Swords is the overall energy for you. And then we have the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So if you are not happy with what's going on in your energy in your life, this looks like you need more balance. With the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Five of Swords, this looks like you need more time to rest, you need more time to have fun, and you need more time to... Aries are workers. Aries are worker bees. Aries are worker bees. Aries are project bees. Aries are people pleasers. Aries are the go-to people. Aries' phone never stops ringing. Those messages never stop coming in. People never stop asking Aries for help and assistance. Never. It's tedious and it's draining and it's tiring. And so Aries, this is time for you to put yourself first and focus more on the things that you enjoy doing and incorporate some rest and some fun and some enjoyment into your life and into your schedule. That's about it. That's about it. Whatever it is that you're unhappy, let's check with the Four Cups energy that's here and see if there's anything specifically that is needing to be addressed or looked out for or fixed, repaired, worked on. Let's see. Four of Cups, clarified by the Four Cups. Give me the Three of Cups, clarified by the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands, and give me the Page of Swords, clarified by the Sun card. Just this is basically whatever it is that you feel that will make you happy, make it happen and make it so. Okay? All right. I love you. Good luck. Bye. Good luck, Aries. All right, Gemini. Gemini at 52. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated, Gemini. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup for the summer rolling into the fall energies. This retrograde ends on September 15th. It's putting the post-shadow period ending about the 25th or so of September. You crave human connection, but that doesn't mean a thriving home environment is without its problems. There is a pile of laundry in your room you've been refusing. Is there, a pile of laundry in your room you've been refusing to fold? Are you and your relatives dealing with a disagreement? Are you working too much to even enjoy being at home? As Mercury stations retrograde in your fourth house of home and family on August 23rd, it will encourage you to heal your relationships with your roots as you water the new ones you've been planting. Home may be the place we come from, but it's also the place we wind up next. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may find the strength to solve conflicts in your family and set the necessary boundaries to protect your energy. After all, dealing with family and domestic issues can be draining, but it's important to remember that you have the power to create the home and family of your dreams. It all begins with your courage to change things. All right. So looks like family and familial relationships are going to be the focus. And yourself, have you been overworking and not taking the time to actually benefit and eat the fruits of your labor? Let us see. We have the King of Cups as the overall energy for you. The Two of Wands, the Fool card, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Coins. Two of Wands, Fool card, Knight of Swords, and the Four of Coins. Exactly. So you need to be expressing yourself. You need to be expressing yourself and making decisions that benefit you. Take the chance, take the opportunity. Don't be afraid to communicate what it is that you want and what it is that you feel. You need to let people know where you stand, how you stand, and stand on it. period, point blank. This is all about communication and and acquiring what you deserve and what serves you. Period. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Closed mouth don't get fed, and you got to put yourself first. Period and point blank. Okay? I love you. You got this, Gemini. Good luck. It's retrograde. Stay calm. Stay calm. All right. Up next, we have Pisces at 5512. Pisces 5512. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup. The retrograde ends September 15th. Begins actually tomorrow, and it ends September 15th. Post shadow period ending around the 25th of September. Pisces, prepare to do a deep dive into your relationships. It's time to evaluate your whole understanding of harmony and togetherness, because Mercury will station retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships on August 23rd. This may bring up the trauma of heartbreak and a string of prior disappointments in your partnerships, but only so you can see how far you've come since these events. You're healing, Pisces. In fact, you've been healing. It's time to start processing how much progress you've made, because you don't need someone else to complete you. A relationship thrives when two people feel inspired and come together rather than being forced to. Yes. All you're responsible for is fulfilling your end of the bargain. Pisces is retrograde to put you back in touch with allies from your past and even enemies as you rediscover which relationships bring out the best in you and which don't. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, communication issues with your allies, enemies, business partners, and significant others will be easier to iron out. You may come to terms with certain relationships you've been ready to leave behind, and the relationships you're in the mood to start back up again. Alrighty. So you're going to be reflecting on all of the relationships from the past, eliminating what serves you and holding on to, or rekindling what does. You're going to eliminating what no longer serves you, and embracing and rekindling possibly the ones that you want to hold on to and do serve you for your greatest and highest good. You have the Strength card, which is Leo energy for the overall energy. You have the Moon card, which is actually Pisces. You talks about emotions hidden and under the surface showing up there. You have the Queen of Coins, and you have the Tower card. So you're coming to the realization of what you feel passionately about and what you don't, what needs to stay and what needs to go. That is all. I'm going to clarify your Tower card just to see if it's saying anything else or giving any other message. But it looks like for people who have been solid, you're realizing this person been solid. I'm going to hang on to this. They're a keeper. And this person ain't been worth a damn. I'm going to move on, and I can let go of this. They don't need to be around and in my energy. Exactly. The Tower card clarified by the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Lulu over at House of Oshun. Bless her. Thank you, blessed Queen. Big shout out. She had a saying that hit me hard, and I've been passing it on to you all ever since. Of course, always giving her the utmost respect and credit. She said, people are either an asset or a liability, and you need to file them into your life system accordingly. I love you, Pisces. You got this. You got this. All right. Up next, we have Libra. Libra at 5912. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That will be greatly appreciated. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup and tarot reading for the summer, fall Mercury retrograde. The retrograde actually will be ending on September 15th with the post-shadow period ending around September 25th. Prepare to do a deep dive into your psyche, Libra. After all, Mercury is stationing retrograde in your spiritual 12th house as of August 23rd, which could bring you face to face with your shadow self. Remember, the shadow self is neither the negative aspect of your personality nor the positive, as it merely represents all the parts of you that remain subconscious and unseen and unrealized. um However, you will succeed, how and unrealized. However, you will your will. Let me get that right. Your will to succeed is stronger than any fears you might have, especially when your emotions are also your most motivating force. Although you may feel more quiet and reserved during this break from social scene. Hey, if you got a second, are you online yet? If you got a second, could you put a pull up on Chunk Chunk for me and put her back? Thank you. It was too soon when I redressed her. Um, Although you may feel more quiet and reserved during this break from the social scene, also giving your subconscious a chance to piece together what still doesn't make sense and process all that you've been feeling and experiencing. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may feel as though you're waking up from a long dream filled with highs and lows. You may feel more rested, as though your subconscious finally had the opportunity to rest from all the commotion you've endured over the past year. Use this retrograde to embrace forgiveness and to truly work on letting go of what's no longer your responsibility to carry. Not my circus, not my monkeys, Libra. All right. We have the Judgment card. The overall energy for you, Libra, sorry, is the Six of Wands. That is success and celebration, okay? We have the Judgment card. We have the Four of Swords and the Two of Wands. So this is protecting your peace at all costs. This is determining what is causing you issues in your life and protecting your peace at all costs. The goal in life, and that's been the lesson here in Miss and Joy's Tarot for the year for my subscribers and my collective, the goal in life is not supposed to be to establish happiness. Happiness is temporary. Happiness is an emotion like sadness and anger and frustration, and it comes and goes. You can be sad when you wake up in the morning and be happy by the time you go to sleep at night. Happiness is fleeting. So to chase it consistently your whole life is unrealistic. Okay? What you should be striving for is peace. And then the happiness period, massive times of periodic happiness will follow after that. And as you become attached to and fond of the peace that you establish in your life, you will begin to protect it and fight for it at all costs. Okay? The journey to find and establish the peace is not an easy one. You must eliminate things that don't serve you and anything and anyone in situation that disturbs your peace. And then once you have found and established that peace, then you are to fight for it and keep it at all costs. Okay? And that takes some work and some doing. You're going to have to hurt some feelings. You're going to lose some friends, some family members, and possibly a job or two. And you're going to have to eliminate things that no longer serve you and some habits possibly even. So that being said, you're going to need to make the right decisions, make the right judgment calls to establish four swords of peace in your life, and choose the Two of Wands, choose the right roads and pathways, and it's all about the right choices, and you are in control. So get in your card, the card that is your life and your life's destiny and journey and drive. Take the wheel. All right? I love you. Good luck, Libra. You got this. All right. Up next. We have at 1:04:30. we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated, Sagittarius. This is your Mercury retrograde energy check. And the Mercury retrograde begins on tomorrow. Officially, we are in pre-shadow period and have been for a few good while now, about 2 weeks. And it fully goes full retrograde on August 23rd, and it wraps up on September 15th, taking us to the post-shadow period ending on September 25th. So we'll be feeling effects up until about that time. Sagittarius, it's time to rethink the competitive side of your personality, because Mercury is retrograding through your 10th house of career. As of August 23rd, this will likely throw a wrench in some of your professional plans, especially if they were on shaky ground to begin with. Sagittarius, it's time to think outside of the box when it comes to problems related to your social standing and your public facing persona, because you can't always rely on appearances. However, these challenges will also help you to rethink what you bring to the table and how you choose to market it. You may be returning to abandoned or unfinished professional projects and rethinking your way of dealing with superiors. You may even receive the long-awaited recognition for achievements that flew under the radar in the past. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you'll have a much better understanding of what career move you're ready to make next. You may even feel ready to work your way back up to a position of confidence and know-how and strength, especially if this retrograde knocked you down a few pegs. Stay humble and open to learning and ready to get back up over and over again, because that's the only way to stay in the game. All right, Sagittarius? All right, the overall energy for you is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is Gemini energy, and it talks about making a passionate decision and having to decide which way to go, what to do, and what is best for you. We have the four. Hey, Bella, welcome to the chat, love. We have the Four of Coins, the Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, and this indeed talks about ways to move forward in work and in your career life, and better ways to hold on to the achievements that you've already made, and or what you may be holding on to that has hindered you from getting as far as you need to go, and where you need to go in your life and in your work career. Okay, so reevaluate your work ethics, beliefs, and structures up until this point. See where you feel you may have gone wrong. Look at patterns that you've had that have not served you well in the past. Reevaluate, restructure, and use that knowledge in order to make the right decisions moving forward. And you may even need to evaluate what you do completely as a whole. Maybe it's just not for you, or you may be in a field that doesn't serve you well or allow you to work and be recognized or use your full potential. Okay? All right. I love you, Sagittarius. Good luck with this. You got it. Up next, I'm so dry. All right. Up next, we have Taurus. Taurus at 108. 33, 108, 33. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated. My Taurians, this is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup, and the retrograde begins officially. We have been in the pre-shadow period for about 2 weeks now. The Mercury retrograde officially ends on tomorrow, which is Wednesday, August 23rd, and it ends officially September 15th, but we will be dealing with the post-shadow energies up until about and around the 25th of September. So get excited, Taurus. This Mercury retrograde may be complicated and confusing, but the experience could eventually become rather interesting and enticing. When it begins on August 23rd, it will station retrograde Mercury will station retrograde in your fifth house of pleasure, lust, and creativity. Ooh, which could lower the heat in your current relationship. Oh, and leave you feeling artistically stifled. However, there's a good chance that you may reconnect with an old lover, which may remind you of a feeling you've been missing. It could even encourage you to pick up a creative project you've abandoned and pick up where you left off. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may feel your creative juices begin to return as you come to terms with what inspired you during these past 3 weeks. You may even feel like you're in the mood to start crushing on someone new, or you're feeling prepared to enhance the romance in your relationship. Either way, this Mercury retrograde isn't looking like the end of the world, because it will also come with plenty of experiences that inspire and reignite your heart. Ooh. All right, Taurus, it's going to be hitting you in the love pocket. All right. Like Fergie said, I'm back. Can't help it. The girl can't help it. All right. All right. We got the overall energy for you, first of all, is the Four of Cups. Okay. Then we have the Three of Swords, and then the Temperance card, and then the Hanged Man. That's two major arcana here. But the message here, even though the Three of Swords is here, I'm still going to clarify it. It's very clear here. It looks like you might be feeling a little bit at unrest, an energy of unrest and dissatisfaction throughout this Mercury retrograde season or energy. But just be patient. With the Temperance card here, that will change for you, and it will be okay. You will come out of on the other side of this retrograde feeling okay. Now, you may have some exes come back and some past situations that are in need of revisiting and review in order to help you move forward in one way or another. But the trouble will not last for long. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So just be careful. I wouldn't say don't like cut anybody off or leave anyone do it. You're not doing it for me right now. Just try to wait it out. Try to be patient and try to get through it and see where it takes you at the end. Oh, you slept with what? No.
Because he was like, all his friends used to joke to him about, oh, he would never sleep with women. He was like, I'll do it, but I'm just not going to go do it. He was like, yeah, I had you because I wanted to be respectful. And I know it was the right woman. And he was like, I've seen the video.
Send me the video. Because I got to see that.
And he was like, how was it like sleeping with, because she just said, somebody said she was, yeah, she was going to my house, but he was like, I enjoyed myself. She was a beautiful woman. He was like, how did she look with no clothes on? He was like, what do you mean? He was like, I had a whole lot of women in front of me. I was like,
oh,
look at you.
Good for him. See, we all that. So, the Ten of Swords is the overall energy from the bottom of the deck to clarify. And so, Taurus, you may be feeling out of sorts because when Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that is love and passion and sexuality at its core. And when your love life isn't going right, if it's not right and in alignment, Taurus can become and get very distressed, especially if you're a Taurus in Venus. If you're a Taurus in your Venus placement. Hopefully you know what I mean by that. When we begin our videos as tarot readers and we say sun, moon, rising, and Venus, that is what we mean. If you are, I am a Venus and Taurus. And when my love life isn't going right, or if I'm not getting any, or the sex is bad, or there's no passionate connection, or it's just not at, I'll be distressed. And so that's this type of energy. But try not to let it stress you out and worry you too much, Taurus. It will resolve itself. The energy will subside, and it will be okay. And yeah, you may need to reflect on and revisit some of your relationships or energies from your past if they're brought back into your energy and to your attention for a reason, Taurus. So don't just shun them and walk away from them. Figure out what it is about even your current or your past situations that need to be revisited if they come into alignment, and be brought back into your attention and energy at this time, okay? to stay calm, pace yourself, relax, and this too shall pass, okay? All right, Taurus, you'll be all right. You'll get some satisfaction when the retrograde ends. Stay calm. I love you. Good luck. It's all right. Information on how to reach me is in the channel description in the description of each video. Thank you. All right. Up next and last but not least at 1:14:50. We have Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for being here. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, join, and share. That would be greatly appreciated, my Scorpios. This is your Mercury retrograde energy checkup. The retrogrades, we have been in the pre-shadow period for about 2 weeks now, but the retrograde officially begins tomorrow, which is Wednesday, August 23rd. And it ends on September 15th with Mercury going direct, and the post-shadow period extending on into about September 25th-ish. Okay, so Scorpio, not feeling the vibe? If so, it makes sense because Mercury is stationing retrograde in your 11th house of community on August 23rd, which may leave you feeling like leaving the party even though you've just arrived. If you're on the outs with your clique, it may be time to communicate and get to the bottom of what went wrong. However, this may not indicate trouble in your friend group at all. Instead, it speaks of the process of reconnecting with old colleagues, acquaintances, and teammates that you've lost touch with. After all, they might have something to teach you, so prepare to learn a lot about what makes a team work together rather than against each other, because the 11th house also shines a light on your hopes and ideals. You may spend time rethinking your vision for the future and what you want it to look like. Once Mercury stations direct on September 15th, you may begin to possess a more positive and healthy attitude toward your peers. While you may feel confident in your decision to create distance between you and the people you've outgrown at this point in your life, you may also be creating space for new people to enter your world. Out with the old, in with the new. Scorpio, out with the old, in with the new. It's okay to outgrow old people, places, and things, and to need and want to move forward. The overall energy for you is the Five of Swords. So if you find yourself in conflict with those around you, you have the Strength card, the Four of Coins, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Let go. Learning and knowing when to let go of people, places, things, and situations is imperative. If you hold on to things longer than they're meant to be in your life and in your energy, you will suffer and you will regret it. Those things will drag you down, hold you back, and possibly drag you back to a place that you may have worked, struggled, or fought to get past or out of and away from. You are meant to move forward. You are meant to grow, and not everyone is meant to go with you on your journey into the future. So when something is trying to be removed, or the universe, God, source, spirit, the ancestors, or whoever you believe in are trying to remove people, places, things, situations, and energies from your life that need to go, let them go. Or you will find yourself in an energy of saying, damn, I should have left so and so alone. Damn, I should have moved away from such and such. Damn, I should have gotten a different job. I should have. You'll be singing the Five of Cups energy, which is what I call the shoulda, coulda, woulda card. And you can't go back. So, when something is, and when the universe is there, you can move on. The universe is cueing you and cluing you in to let something go or to move on to something. And you refuse, they'll either rip it from you or they'll drag you in the direction you need to go. I'd rather just go quietly. Okay, I'm not meant to do that. Let me just mosey on about my way. Don't question it. Don't fight it. Just let it happen. Trust me. All right. And that is it. That is everybody's energy. I hope you all fare well during this Mercury retrograde period. As always, I do give private and personal readings and services, both astrological and tarot readings. Information on how my services and how to reach me and to see all my services and products, you can go to my Facebook page, Miss Enjoy, Miss MISSN dot, I'm sorry, MISSN Joy on Facebook, and you can find me there. And information on how to reach me otherwise is, if you get lost or confused, is in the channel description as well as in the description of each and every video. I love you all. Thank you very much. I will, for those of you who are watching live, Ask Miss Enjoy is up next, and I will talk to you all. I may do what I will probably do is I always do one during Mercury retrograde, a will your ex call or text during Mercury retrograde season. I will be doing one of those probably next week, and I will, or by the end of the week maybe. It's usually a quickie. So I love you guys. Thank you all for being here. Everybody, please remember and do click like, subscribe, join, share, and comment. All right. I will talk to you. Thank you, UT Girl, Bella, Simone, and everybody who checked into the chat or breezed on through. Thank you so much. Like I said, Ask Miss Enjoy is up next for anyone who is interested in questions or open chat with me. Goodbye.